Hello, hi. Welcome to my podcast, which is my final project for my Humanities 101 class. My name is Bella. I am a classics major with an emphasis in ancient civilizations and a library sciences minor. This semester I've learned a lot about not only myself, but the way that I learn and the way that I interact with certain content, as well as the way that I react under pressure. I went into this semester knowing a lot of my weaknesses. That's something that I tend to focus on. I tend to focus on my weaknesses more than my strengths. To me, my strengths are a lot more limited. It's the whole glass half empty, glass half full. I've always been a kind of glass half empty person, especially when it comes to talking about myself. I've always been a lot very self-critical, very kind of nitpicky about myself, and I tend to be quite hard on myself as well. But I think that this semester has helped me figure out, that I do have strengths. I am successful in certain things, and weaknesses, while they do exist, they aren't the only things that matter. So some strengths that I've listed are I can generally do things when they interest me. Like if I have a very specific project that is something that I'm really interested in. For example, my AP US history course, it was a lot of course material and a very large course load, but it was really easy for me to succeed in that class because I found the content so interesting that I wanted to go the extra mile to get that A or that A+. And so for my final project for that class, my junior year of high school, it was we wrote our own case study on a certain, law that was enacted in the U.S. And I did mine on the decriminalization of drugs in Oregon. And I ended up getting an A. Of course, I procrastinated it, but it was a body of work that I was incredibly proud of. And moving on to my weaknesses, I tend to shut down when things get too hard, which is not a very good thing to do in the face of adversity. We always hear these things of when things get hard, you just have to try again and try again. But for me, in practice, even though I know that I should keep trying, it's incredibly hard. It's really difficult for me to keep going past, an adversity or a struggle especially when I'm not, typically inclined, how people are oh, your brain is wired a certain way. I've always been much more of a person who is into history or English than science or math. And that was something that I struggled a lot with in middle and high school was math. I could not do math, especially geometry. I could do algebra, but when it came to geometry, no. But, and so I ended up just deciding, I'm bad at this, I can't do this, I'm done, which isn't something that, obviously when you go to college, you're going to have many more struggles than you would in high school, in a high school setting. I also struggle a lot with structure, and, finding time to do things, if that makes any sense. I have ADHD that was diagnosed my sophomore year of high school. And so for a lot of my like early childhood, I struggled a lot and nobody really knew why until I was finally evaluated and diagnosed. And the past 3 years, I've been medicated, which has been great. You know, it's nice to be able to function like, other people. It's nice to have, a level playing field between me and my peers. But also, the medication isn't the only thing that really can help. Medication is just a step. There are so many other things that you can do that can make your academic career so much easier. And on the flip side, just because you're medicated doesn't mean that you also won't struggle with symptoms of ADHD. So like I definitely struggle with, time management, getting motivated to do things. I said that before, but getting motivated to do things is definitely a struggle. And also procrastination. This semester has definitely helped me to find ways, new ways that I didn't really know previously of how to manage my symptoms. And so some of the strategies that I had were keeping lists and, budgeting my time. So I actually, if you go into my phone in my notes app right now, you will find just a long list of assignments that I have checked off. And not only assignments, things like vacuuming, taking a shower, brushing my teeth, dusting, just of everything from day to day. And it really helped me at the beginning of the semester because it gave me one place to write down everything that I needed to do, and B, it kept me motivated. It kept me motivated for 2 reasons. Because when you have a list in front of you and you start checking things off, like, you have a list and the first thing is brushing your teeth. Brushing your teeth takes a minute. So you go, you brush your teeth, and then you check a thing off the list. It is so satisfying to check something off of a list. And it just makes you want to keep doing it again and again and again. And then the second reason that it would keep me motivated is that I could look back at all of the things that I had done previously and say, I've done this before. I can just do it again, It reminds you of, wow, I have done so much. What's stopping me from doing this now? So another thing that's really helped me was budgeting my time. And so let's say that it's a Wednesday. I have my 9 a.m. I have a break between my 9 to 9:50 and my 11 to 11:50. I take that hour, I grab a coffee, and I knock out something that takes 30 minutes to do, just a 30-minute assignment. And then I have a break between my 11 to 11:50 to my 2 to 3:15. And so I spend that time, again, maybe get a snack, and then, I get work done so that by the time I'm done with my 3:15, the rest of the day is mine. And then I can dedicate that time to resetting. It is so nice to get home and just lay in bed and not have anything to do. It is so nice. It is so nice. And that's something that, really helped me. The feeling, knowing that you don't have anything to do is so nice. And it really helped me, battle the sort of feelings of procrastination that I get, where I definitely do still procrastinate, but it's not to the extent that I used to. So by doing all of those things in the daytime, at night I have time to unwind. I have time to light a candle, take a nice long shower, do my skincare, watch a movie or some YouTube or catch up on a TV show. I love Love Island. Just like things like that. It really helped me. And then that leads into my campus resources. The resources that I used, oh my goodness. Number one, the library. The library is amazing. I love the main library, and it especially helps. Also the what is it? The engineering library on Highland. I live on Highland, so all I have to do is like 3-minute walk. I'm at the library, and there I have peace and quiet, and I can focus. I have gone to the library just to sit there and play Roblox because I have nothing to do between classes. I don't really feel like doing an assignment, and I just want somewhere to sit down that isn't at home. So I just go to the library and play Roblox. I also love the library because the study rooms, I love booking a study room. They're great for not only like yourself, but also with a friend. That reminds me of writing my final astronomy essay. It was a 10-page research paper, but I just forgot about it. I kid you not, it was sitting on my list, unchecked, and the whole time I was like, oh, I'll start it tomorrow. But so what I did was I booked a study room back to back for 8 hours. And I finished it. I finished it in, I think 2 days? Yeah, no, I did all my research on the first day, and then the second day I sat down for 8 hours and I wrote it. Yeah, the library is amazing, and I'm absolutely going to be using it during finals week. Absolutely. Even today, I'm in a study room in my dorm right now, but earlier today I was just at the library doing some work on a final project for my personal finance class for like 2 hours. Yeah. And then my support network. The people that I have are the people who are just generally there to motivate me, and to keep me in check. So my boyfriend definitely helps a lot. He says, oh, do you have any homework that you have to do? And I'll be like, oh yeah, you're right, I probably should. He just keeps me on track. He makes sure that I'm not, going too crazy, and he also makes sure that I'm not totally stressing myself out. He's totally great. And then I also have kind of a team of cheerleaders in the form of my family. Not really keeping me in check, but more so there when I need reassurance. My mom and my sister especially, they're great. They tell me that like I can do it, that they know I can, that I'm gonna do great on my finals, just like things like that. And I always have somewhere to go if I'm feeling like it's too much. Like being on campus and being in the same room where you do the most of your studying, because I'm a homebody, it can be a lot. So I can, head over to my sister's apartment and just like sit in her living room and like play Fortnite with her for like an hour. It's great. Having people and friends to unwind with is just, it's great. I've learned a lot from this course, and a lot of it has to do with the things when it came to procrastinating and being able to recognize my strengths and weaknesses academically. I didn't list every strength and weakness that I could think of at the beginning, because that would bore you, and this podcast would probably be like 45 minutes long. But like I said earlier, it's always been easier for me to find my weaknesses versus my strengths. And so being able to sit in class and have, you know, something be something that I have to do for an assignment, it makes it almost, you know, the more that you have to do something, the more that you have to practice something, the more that you have to think about something and the more that you have to practice something, the easier it becomes. So it's slowly becoming easier for me to find a strength that I have. This course helped me with procrastination because we watched that TikTok about the monkey. I loved that video. It was really funny. And you know, when you see something that you relate to so hard and it being such a bad thing, I saw that and I thought to myself, oh my gosh, I need to stop. It's bad. And then also, the things that we learned about campus resources. There were so many things that I didn't know I could, sign up to do. Like the study rooms, I didn't really realize that you could rent them out. Or the, oh my gosh, the puppies or the dogs at the library every, Tuesday? I think it's Tuesday. I went one time and it was so fun. Yeah, I loved that. Also, I applied to the SALT Center for, was it next semester or next year? I think next year? I think I applied to get a scholarship because it's really expensive otherwise, but I did apply to get a scholarship. And just having somebody there to tell you, look at this, look at this, look at this, look at this, look at this cool thing that you can do. You know, the professors for the Humanities 101 course is definitely, you know, they're so opening and welcoming, and it's just fun. I liked going to that class. It's just fun. So when it comes to my mindset, I really had to work on not shutting down. That's something that I tend to do a lot where, you know, I've said this before, but where I will, if I experience one failure, you know, what's the point in experiencing a few more? But that's not a good mindset. And I think that I've been able to get a good start on picking myself back up and saying, you know, Bella, this stuff needs to get done. It needs to get done, and you got to do it. I feel like high school is structured very, rigidly. And so you go to college, or I go to college, and I have this crazy experience of, I mean, you know, I have all this freedom. What do I do with it? And I think that it's helped me because it's helped me figure out a reason as to why I'm doing this. In high school, you're not doing it for, you know, any personal reason. You're doing it because the government tells you to. Especially, you know, earlier on, or you're doing it because your parents tell you to. College is optional. It's not compulsory. So if you don't have a reason to be here, it becomes incredibly hard to justify doing all of this work. And so I had to have a moment with myself, I think about halfway through the semester, of, you know, Bella, why are you here? Because I feel like it's true for a lot of us where we've been told you have to go to college to get a degree so that you can get a good paying job. But that's not necessarily true anymore in today's economy and society. And so you have to ask yourself, why am I here? And I've come up with some good answers. And I think that it's helped me understand myself better. A lot of that has to do with the person that I want to be in the future. I want to be somebody who, I want to be a librarian. And so a lot of what I have, what I told myself is I figured out that I want to be somebody who does a public service, not because I'm making a lot of money or because it's particularly an easy route, but because it is something that I'm passionate about and it's something that I want to do. Being able to sit down with myself and really figure out what I want is something that I was never really able to do when I was younger. Even 2 years ago, I was not able to sit down and be like, I want to help other people. I couldn't really think of the future. But now I can. Now I can think of the future, and now I am able to pursue what I want. And every day, every assignment is getting me closer and closer to that end goal. And so that has really helped me figure out, why I am, in it, and why I am here, and how to be responsible for myself. Because a year ago, I was in school doing it because I wanted a diploma. And because I needed one, because my mom would force me to get one. But now I'm here because I'm working towards the person I want to be in the future. And that's nobody's responsibility but mine. Yes, I love to learn, but a lot of this learning has to do with me wanting to do something for other people. And that's something that I have to check myself on. I have to check myself. Bella, you want to get here, right? You have to do this thing you don't really want to do, but you're going to do it because that's how you want to end up. A lot of these examples I've brought up throughout this podcast is because they're representative of the things that I've learned so far, not only throughout this semester and my college experience, but throughout my whole life and throughout my whole academic experience. And looking back from where I started, I have come quite far. And it's been kind of a roller coaster, but that's okay. And it's nice to be able to look at things that I've done throughout the 3 months that I've been here and say, that's not because, a teacher told me to do it, or, that's not because my mom is making me, do this stupid thing. I'm an adult, and so everything that I've done so far is attributed to me. And it feels really nice to be able to say that, all of this success, all of this stuff that I've done, it's mine. And it's mine, and it's no one else's. And yeah, thank you so much for listening. I hope you have a pleasant rest of your day. And yeah, bear down.